like a phantom. I don't own that house in the Hamptons, and my 2 chains ain't gold at all. I can't buy you a diamond necklace. Being good with money takes practice, but somehow I don't mind at all. Cause no one's got what we got. We hit it up on rooftops. No matter what they're saying, we will do this our way. We ain't in it for the dollars, no. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Buy that house for you later, but you say you don't need that at all. This world is ours for the taking. Just me and you got me thinking. I swear we already made it. Cause no one's got what we got. We hit it up on rooftops. No matter what they're saying, we will do this our way. We ain't in it for the dollars, no. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the first AssDave Experience episode. Today, we have some exciting discussion for all of you guys. I think there are so many updates in Mobile Legends, and then a lot of topics regarding esports, obviously competitive scenes in North America, competitive scenes around the world, the future of ML. All those are exciting topics that we can touch up on, and then we have a long road to go on discussions. There's so many different things, and with all those topics, we're going to invite different guests who are specialized in different areas, and we're going to discuss all those topics. Today, we have none other than the world-renowned gaming super troll, Tinker himself. It's going to be very, very exciting. It's the first time me doing a podcast, and the first time we're doing a web podcast, actually. So if there's anything that's not fits your need, if you have any specific questions, you can donate to us through Super Chat and everything. We can answer your questions directly. Or just leave me a message. If I see them, we'll try to answer as much questions as possibly can. This is more of a community talk night. You just want to keep it as casual as possible. Obviously, unedited and a live broadcasting with me and Tinker. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our lovely, lovely, lovely guest, Tinker.
Hey guys. My name's Tinker.
My name's Tinker. You know the vibes.
I mean, Tinker seems to have fun tonight. How's your week? Haven't played with Tinker so far, actually, because this guy been waking up so late.
I woke up at 2 today. I streamed until like 6.
Stream until like 6 in the morning?
My sleep 6 like 2 hours before the stream. My sleep schedule. Last night I had an exam today, right? But I accidentally started the exam last night, so I didn't go to bed until 6 a.m. because I started the exam at like 2 a.m. So I ended up staying up really late doing exams.
1 second. It seems like I'm having some echo, and I just turned it off. So hopefully we don't have echoes anymore. Let me just make sure I have everything settled up. Big shout out to everyone who gave me. Is it fixed?
Is it fixed? Is it fixed?
I think it's fixed. Yeah. No more echo. No more echoing now. Fixed. Yeah, this is AE Tinker, by the way, where the guest is echoing. No way.
Oh, I'm echoing. Oh, I'm echoing. What?
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, go ahead.
Am I echoing now?
Yeah, you're not echoing anymore. Hello. Yeah, I mean you were echoing, but now you're no longer echoing. Okay, I see why you were echoing though.
Why? Actually, don't tell me.
So is it fixed, guys? Are we all good? Are we good to go? Like, it's fine now. Perfect. Yeah. So basically, when we try to capture a certain voice, mic check, capture a certain sound from the computer is this new Skype web seminar kind of function is capturing the sound twice. I guess that has a problem. Did you just put a heart on your webcam?
I don't use Skype, so I'm just.
Hey, stop doing it. It doesn't work. Okay, it's not.
It doesn't work.
I mean, it shows from my side, but it doesn't show on stream. So it just grosses me out. Like it's not really trolling the stream or anything. So.
I'm not. I don't troll Dave. You know that.
Oh no, what I'm saying is people can't see it. Only I can see it. So it's only grossing me out, which is kind of sad.
Do you like this?
Yeah, this is cool. Okay, yeah, people can see it. People can see this. You can see your Lunox face, Lunox background.
My head is a bit distorted, but it's good, right?
Yeah, he's trying out some new capture card stuff. Delayed video, Tinker. Yeah, okay, so we're doing a video call, and then obviously if there is some delay, I apologize for that. You know, Tinker is using potato internet. Now I have.
What do you mean I'm using potato internet?
I mean, that's how it is. Okay. Well, let's test something here. All right, Tinker, say something.
Something.
Is it still delayed? Okay, say something again.
Hello.
All right, I think it's better. We'll try to sync the sound as much as we can.
Yeah.
But tonight's show is going to be a discussion, and we're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. Our first discussion is obviously going to talk about Project Next, related to Project Next. There is so much to discuss regarding Project Next. Let's just tinker. Like, what's your overall, what do you call it? Not conception, but perception, or how are you receiving Project Next? How are you liking it so far?
So I think Project Next is just like an attempt at making the game a real MOBA, right? Because you complain about how the game's not a real MOBA. It's just like a kill fest, right? Like a MMORPG where you're just grinding kills,
Yeah.
And I think this is what their attempts at doing it. And basically, you want to focus tower more because early game especially, towers are worth so much gold. You know what I mean?
But go ahead. Continue.
But like lately, I've only been playing like 3 heroes: Saber, Cyclops, and Fanny. I've been spamming those heroes, and it's been working out pretty good for me.
Saber, Cyclops, and Fanny. Which one do you spam the most?
Fanny probably, but only like I'll get on the Dumbhole account because it has the epic skin. Skin equals skills. So it has the epic skin, and I'll just.
Do you really believe that though? Do you really believe like skin equal to skills?
Okay. Skin doesn't equal skill, but Fanny, it's different because you can see the cable. The Fanny cable is red, dude. Like you can see it so clearly. It's so easy to cable with that.
Okay, just some visual effects made a skill looks more easier to recognize, right?
Yeah, like if I was to cable on the fire one, right? What is it called again? The one you sent me for the Batowski video.
What?
The flaming Fanny skin. It has a Harris skin.
The Lightborn skin?
The Lightborn skin? Yeah, if I use that one, I cannot see the cable, bro. I hate that skin so much. I just cannot see the cable.
Okay, true.
Like the effects are way better, but just the cable is just thin and like golden. Like I could throw it and I could miss and I wouldn't be able to tell I missed.
Okay, true. Yeah.
Yes. So it's easier to cable with Fanny, but no, skin does not equal skill.
Okay.
Skin makes me feel better though.
I mean, do you overall like it better than before the update or worse?
Okay, so since I play Fanny, I think it's actually easier after the update for Fanny. Because literally when you invade now, if they were to invade your Fanny, unless like someone with like Esmeralda or something stupid with Retribution come, literally you just have to focus that person. Just kill that one person with Retribution and they can't take your buff. So I've been invaded way less. So my Fanny win rate on my Smurf is like 72%.
Okay.
And that's because 30 30% of the time I get invaded like crazy.
All right. So how do you stop people from invading though? Because Project Next didn't really change the map. Like how do you stop people from invading your jungle then if you're playing Fanny?
Before the game start, I pray to God and I spam, help me buff, help me buff, help me buff. They're gonna invade me. Oh my gosh, please, I'm begging you, help me buff, help me buff. And you know, like the fighter or like a tank will feel bad for me and they'll come and help me.
So basically, you're saying you have to be like religious, like in order to.
You have to beg, bro. It's a higher power that's gonna help you get that buff.
Okay, you have to beg. All right.
You have to beg, like especially since I play solo.
Should we change to this episode of how to be a simp, like?
No, how to be a Christian. You gotta start begging like crazy.
Playing Mobile Legends.
To the Lord.
How Mobile Legends make you religious? Yeah. Is that
It's so hard.
Just imagine making a video about it. How make?
No, it's so true. You don't even know. Today I had a game where my team was feeding like crazy, right? So I had a Mia with Retribution, and she went to get her buff first, and they ganked her, and she got killed, and they got the red buff, and I went in there, I got a kill, but that game, oh my gosh, it was a donation game, and I was so sad. So I got so lucky and ended up winning, but that's only because the whole time, and this is why if you're not a Fanny player and you're playing against a Fanny, invade their buff. Like even though I hate it when people invade my buff, black buff. If you don't do it, you're gonna lose. Like if they're a good Fanny, as long as they get, you're gonna lose.
You know what? I'm gonna write it down. I think it's a good idea. How Mobile Legends make me spiritual. How Mobile Legends help me find a way to God.
Today after that game, someone on stream was like, "Hey, Tinker, how do you play Fanny so good? You have to make some sacrifices, bro. Sacrifice a kid before my stream, and then I'll get good Fanny games. Otherwise, you're gonna get invaded. It's so sad when you get invaded."
Okay, but real talk. If you have, so what's the best team comp that you ever experienced that you didn't get invaded? Like how do you want? Let's say you're playing jungle, right? Like okay, because you're starting jungle more like a 1-3-1, the old 1-3-1 to be honest. Even though I play with BDK and then play with Team AE, and they were like, we're doing the new jungle strategy, but no, they're not really. They're doing the old 1-3-1. You know, it's just instead of buying jungle right away, their hyper doesn't buy jungle right away. They go mid, take a wave, and then go jungle. So it's the same thing. He still come back, take wave, and take red and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's exactly what BDK does. So for you, do you do the same thing, or do you go straight to jungle?
No. So it's really hard to do that when you're playing solo queue, or even if you're just playing trio. Unless you're playing 5-man, then you could, like when we're playing 5-man, we could do weird strategies like that. We could do really stupid strategies. But when you're playing solo queue, you cannot do that. You go mid, your mage will try to take your buff. You have to go straight to your buff, especially when I'm playing Fanny. Now when I'm playing Fanny, I don't like taking red. I want to take buff and go top, because then there's people and I could clear the way and get a couple kills. Because early game Fanny is pretty strong. And you know how back in the days Kufra would counter Fanny, right? Yeah. Kufra does not counter Fanny
What do you
anymore.
mean? Why do you say that? That's kind of outrageous. What?
No, 100% Kufra does
Okay,
not
stand behind your statement. What do you mean by that?
Okay, actually, let me find the game. So basically, what happened with Kufra is before, when Fanny cables at Kufra, it'll knock him up right in front of Kufra, so she can't even go through him, right? So she doesn't get any cable, she doesn't hit, it'll knock him up. But nowadays, when Fanny cables out of Kufra, it knocks him up, but it knocks him up in place, and she still does damage. She still does her spin. So it's like she's trapped. She can't move.
It's basically a very close wall. That's what you're saying.
Yep. So when I'm against a Kufra, I can actually record it. I can send to
Yeah. Go ahead and send me the clip. Okay, so I know exactly what you're talking about because I experienced it myself. If basically it's similar to Sylvana's ult. If you get trapped by a Sylvana ult and you're playing Fanny, you can actually do the tornado, like you do the skill 2 infinitely on the edge.
So what you want to do when you get trapped by Sylvana ult is after she traps you, she's gonna have to use her spiral skill to deal damage, right? And get a lot of life steal. You just want to use one cable to go behind her and just stand there. When it's over, then you attack her because her life steal is too strong.
What I'm trying to say is it works exactly the same as Kufra's skill 2, where you get infinite tornadoes.
But I actually, honestly, I like this more because Fanny has enough counter as it is. Like Helker doesn't counter Fanny anymore because she doesn't CC him, so his passive doesn't.
Can you change your background?
What counter Fanny?
Look at your face go in and out.
You don't like it anymore?
I can't see your hair. Half of Tinker's hair is constantly cut off, and then your face is going in and out. Like I can see Lunak's butt occasionally. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Do you want to see it all the time?
I mean, it's just weird. Like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that looks fine.
I got you. Okay. But yeah, no, it's just you just want to go behind him and you would be able to kill. But I like this better because she's countered by so many.
Okay,
heroes.
so overall, would you go back to the old meta or would you do you like this more?
Nah, fuck the old meta. I love this new Fanny thing. I love playing Fanny, dude.
Yeah.
And this makes my life so much easier. Because before, freaking mid was like, oh, you don't give me buff, I can't play. But now they're like, ah, shit, I can't even get retribution. No buff for me.
Have you tried Karina jungle?
I actually really want to. And the reason why I don't is because
You're a simp.
No, I haven't. You know what? You remember when I used to spam Karina?
I know.
Like, she's a god.
I was the only person who would play with Sinker when he plays Karina. Like no one wants to play with Sinker when he used to play Karina.
I would carry. You know.
No, you would KS.
You know,
all right. To be fair though, Tinker used to be the only person who played Karina. This is before the buff, before the Project Next. But now more than ever, Karina is more of a it's really good jungle. Like I don't know if it's a bug, but you should try Karina jungle. If you Karina jungle.
Oh, I know Karina jungle is so good. Before when I played Karina mid, and I would take both buff, right? I hated that because going to mid wave is just so inefficient. If I just take jungle, get level 4, I could just camp and get kills. This is literally all there is. And I actually like this way more than before.
True.
Dave, I'm sending you the video on Discord.
Okay, just let me know when you send it.
Yeah. It went through now.
Okay, I see it. All right.
Yeah.
1 second.
So this is basically like this is like a pretty good example, but the enemy team wanted to report the Kufa because the Kufa
I have to download it.
Getting killed.
Apparently. All right, just give me like 1 second. Here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Podcast. Okay. All right. I can open it. Give me 1 second.
Adora kind of counters Fanny. I'm reading some of your
Eudora
chat too.
counter Fanny. Eudora one shots everything. So.
Yeah,
but then
not
at the same time,
she
Eudora current damage feels kind of weird. It really does, because if you
Adora and Aurora,
the ultimate, I felt like the second part of the ultimate damage is so delayed. I don't know if Fanny can escape from that, because it hits in place, so it might not even work.
Oh, I could escape from it. From it. But the thing is, the reason why it counters it is because the second I go in, if Dora ults, I'm gonna have to run away.
All right.
And there's not gonna be a fight there. I have to run away.
1 second. So basically, we now have a footage from Tinker here, and then let's see if I can go show this footage right here. It's
this whole game, it was basically Kufra goes and ball like he should, not so I don't go and get on their tank, but I would just spam it. Like I would just spam my cables onto him and try to kill him, and he would get all my energy back.
Okay. So
yeah.
It's like I said, it's the exact same thing as Sylvanas ult.
No, the old Kufra, when I go into him, I don't get any energy back. Like I'm stuck in place. I can't even do damage. I'm just stuck in place, and I can't cable away or anything. But now it's like if Kufra gets, like if I'm on the backline, Kufra balls. Literally, it's better for me because I would just wall spam and kill everybody. Like I don't even need a wall to wall spam.
Okay, all right. I think we got it figured out, guys. 1 second. There it is. This is the clip. All right.
It's 11 seconds long. I take jungle.
Okay. So Kufra is balling, and he's just getting infinite energy.
Yeah, I just energy.
Yeah, we can show you guys again. 1 second. So basically he's saying that. I mean, but this was before Project Next, though. I think it worked the same way.
No, this was this morning.
Yeah, but what I mean is not this clip. I'm talking about before Project Next. We had the same thing.
Oh, before Project Next, I think it was like a couple updates ago, like one update ago. Right before
he can do the tornado.
They fixed it. Because I remember I queued up a game, and Kufra used to be my worst nightmare. Like, I hated Kufra. It was just, I hated Kufra so much. If I see a Kufra, I would not even touch him.
Yeah.
And you have to ban him. Right now, like, the people that counters him is, like, Kaja or something. And even then, it's hard because his range is so small. Like, basically, there's still a lot of Fanny counters, but they made him weaker. So it's not unbearable. Because I think it's ridiculous just to make heroes just to counter one hero. You know what I mean?
True. Okay. Well, Before we continue further to dive deeper into Project Next, guys, I do wanna do a big shout out to today's sponsor, who sponsored today's podcast, Assassin Dave YouTube channel. Yes, that's right. If you have not checked out Assassin Dave YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so. Assassin Dave YouTube channel is it's an all-around guide channel that you can watch. Not only does it have a vlog channel featuring Dave's mukbang, Eat with Dave, also you have a comprehensive guide that covers all topics of Mobile Legends. So if you feel lost in Mobile Legends and you need to join some kind of academy to boost yourself up, if you're looking for some cool, funny gameplay or dedicated guides for individual heroes, make sure to go to Assassin Dave YouTube channel and hit the like, subscribe, and turn the bell on, because big shout out to Assassin Dave YouTube channel for sponsoring today's podcast. All right. Let's continue to the
on my YouTube channel. You're not sub. Better sub.
Yeah, better sub. We have to kind of sponsor ourselves. The next topic, what I see frequently in Project Nest is actually very interesting topic to bring up, because right now we see that you have a mid lane going with a mage going mid lane, and you have a tank and jungle. Someone go jungle together, right? Two side lanes, either Marksman, whatever, but two side lanes. There's no supports anymore, right? Nobody play people like Angela. Nobody play people like Rafaela or Diggy, right? Where did they go? I mean, do they buy roam? Because you obviously need a tank, like a frontline who buys roam and obviously initiate. So what do you think about those, right? What's your take on it? Like where do Angela, Diggy, all those heroes go now?
So I think marksmans are still pretty important, like specific marksmen, like Maya, not so much Eastern Shin, but like marksmen that's late game. That doesn't need a lot of farm, but once they get to late game, it's crazy, you know? So I think those heroes are really OP. But I feel like with supports, the problem is I had a game with the Angela, and we were against two fighters, a Sicilian, a tank, and an ADC, right? And even though I was playing Fanny, I was destroying them. But the problem is we had to make Angela silent because I had a tank, a fighter, a Fanny, and a mage. And I was playing, I wasn't Fanny, I was Saber. But even though I was destroying the enemy team, we couldn't win because Angela cannot stop a fighter by herself. Even if the fighter's pushing like halfway through the game, Angela cannot stop them. She can't kill that person. So it's not going to work out for her. You're not able to clear minions, and you're not able to kill people. I think right now the important thing about this update is wave management, where you need to pick heroes, because support doesn't do this very well. But you need to be able to pick heroes that could either clean the lane really fast or soak up a lot of damage. Whereas like you get Estes, but because there's a jungler role, how often is it where I can be grouped up? You know?
Yeah.
And you don't want to leave your lane. You just literally do not want to leave your lane this meta.
Okay, so regarding Estes, like where do Estes go, right? Like Estes feels so out of place right now. I just feel kind of weird. I mean, like,
so if it was originally right, where there's a 1-3-1, Estes is still pretty good, because 1-3-1 you have an Estes, he heals like 4 people. But nowadays you put an Estes, okay, put him in the marksman lane. He only heals 1 marksman. That's nothing. Yeah. You might as well not heal her at all. You put her in the mage lane, he heals 1 mage. Okay, and then where does the tank go? Where does the assassin go? A lot of heroes, I feel like Fanny, you just want to get blue and go top, right? And just fight your lane. And that's fine. But other jungles, once you get a buff, you don't have enough time to make it to top. And you can't also make it to buff too. And you won't be able to farm efficiently. You have to stay in jungle. So I think SS, Raph, and just like Diggy, they're all kind of irrelevant now, because you can't put them in.
You think they're just out of the meta?
I think they're just out of meta. Unless like we phase out the marksman, we put like a tank and a side lane. We put like a mage, like a Sicilian mage, like a really strong late game mage to make up for not having a marksman. And you put tank side lane, mage mid. You can maybe put a support there. So because you'll always need a tank. You can put a support with the mage mid and like jungle, and then you can have like a solo lane marksman or like another fighter solo lane. I feel like that's the only way you can make it work.
Or you can do a support that go with jungle, but then you do tanky side lanes. Like Grok side lane or Guitar side lane. Because Guitar is still really meta side lanes. Remember that.
But only if that's support by roam and the tank doesn't.
Yeah, of course. The silent are tank fighters. They're tanks, but they're more of a fighter, like a silent. You know, like that's what I mean. I'm not talking about like a tank silent who buys roam. They don't play as a support. They play as silent, but they also take on the role of initiation. So, for example, Estes, you can get a jungler who who's kind of weak early game. S's early games, all support early games are actually kind of strong. It's maybe level 1, level 2. You know,
S's early game. I think S's has the worst early game.
No, but okay, S's has a passive to poke. He has a skill 2 to poke, right? Like he has quite a bit of poke actually.
No, but like, what's the point of putting him with the jungle? He's not going to be able to help the jungle really clear much faster. And if they invade, then what? I think like if you're going to put something with a jungler, maybe Angela, because Angela has that skill. She could keep poking and slowing and hitting you, right? And Faramis, I think Faramis would go really good with jungle because if they choose to invade you or you fight somebody, you fight a group, you can actually take that fight because of Faramis.
Obviously you want to get heroes that can help clear in jungle better. I mean, that's more advanced. We're talking about overall just for a regular player, like Epic rank, Grandmaster rank, because the season just resetted. And then all those heroes, I feel like if you're in lore, you can try them out to see how good it is. Because as this, we all know how cancer this hero can be if you guys have the lead, Like if you guys have a super lead, even if you buy anti-heal, it's not gonna be enough. Like it's just too crazy. But that's on the assumption that you're gonna have the lead. So all I'm saying is, just like Tinker was saying, if you get Dicky, if you get Angela, all those support, they're in the same category. You just have to make sure you have very tanky silence, and then or at least one of them. Right? Let's say you get a Guitar silent, the other lane you can go fighter or whatever. Right? Like
you need somebody to engage. That's the problem.
Yeah, you just have to have someone engage. But at the same
the difference. With, go ahead.
Continue with my trim of thoughts. At the same time, in Arena Valor or in Art of King, there's a strategy called the split pushing strategy. They have Chang'e mid lane, a hero similar to Chang'e in mid lane, and silent they get a jungler in jungle that can clear and rotate really fast. For example, in Mobile Legends, I'm thinking about Ling, right? Someone like Ling, someone like Fanny. On the side lane, you pick heroes that can carry lane all by themselves. Number one choice I can think of, obviously, is Hilda, and you can have Uranus, right? Basically, you get heroes that team fights really horribly, but they're really strong in lane. So what happens is you don't fight them at all. You just keep on because you're gonna win individual lane, and you just keep on split pushing the whole game, annoy the fuck out of the enemy team.
When I first started playing ML, like around my first year, I used to be a Natalia main, and Fanny was a thing. So we used to go like Natalia, Fanny, right? And this was like a long time ago. And basically, the reason why is because once Natalia's farm, because of her silence, because of her kit, she can 100% 1v1 just about anybody. If they're by herself, she'll be able to pick them off. And same thing with Fanny. If you're by yourself, or even there's two people, you can't kill Fanny, but Fanny has a chance of killing you if you're squishy enough. And that's basically like the same strategy where if you're winning, that's fine. You could group up and you could kill everybody. If you're losing, you have those three people group up, they clear mid, and Fanny and Natalia just keep clearing top and bottom. Eventually, you're going to be able to take all their turns because they can't push.
And once you get to a point where you have so much goal lead, it's not about team fight anymore. At a certain point, because it's all about wave management, right? And a numbers game. If you're so ahead, let's say because it's split push, you're like 10,000 gold ahead. It doesn't matter whether you can team fight. Anyone can initiate. Just even a slow, it's considered initiate at that point. Because all you have to do at that point is get Lord and manage the wave. And then if the winning wave pushing at the same time, the math add up. It's all it is math, like calculus, right? Like it's when they have so much wave coming in, they have to choose one way to defend, and you just group up and push one tower at a time until you annoy the fuck out of them. They can't do anything because if they pick really clumsy silence and you pick really OP silence. I mean, when I say OP, I mean like who are really good at split pushing,
like Uranus.
Yeah, like a split pushing on their own, like who are not really afraid of dying.
I hate this season. I hate the heroes. I hate the most is Khalid. I hate Khalid so much because. Again, it's the same thing with my Fanny. Khalid comes in invade, I know I'm going to lose my buff. We can't fight that Khalid. That's just broken. I ban him every game. He's just so strong in the jungle. He's not a jungler, but a jungler can't kill a Khalid. Khalid can kill
true. Like Khalid actually most frequently banned in MPL as well. Like it's so frequently banned.
If I'm against like a Uranus, okay, if I'm Fanny, I'm against Uranus. I know I can't kill Uranus. I have no CC. Yeah. He's a freaking tank. I can't kill him. But he can't stop me from killing his backline.
Sure.
That's what it is. I could kill somebody, I could get out, and then once I
get
my
Kali cannot stop you either. It's just when you have a Kali on the opponent's side, it's very likely that that lane where Kali's going is gonna lose. Like,
imagine this: a level 1 Uranus invading, and a level 1 Kali invading. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah. That's the difference. That's the difference.
Of course. Like, I mean, if you don't understand how strong Khalid is, obviously go check it out. I mean, go play the hero, go try it out, go watch some MPL. It's probably the most OP hero silent right now because the level 1 damage is too insane, and then level 2 you have infinite sustain, right? You go trade with them and then you just heal up. So okay, so I think we have kind of skipped like a lot of discussions, but if you enjoy the discussions so far, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn that bell on. We're with a Tinker. Oh, I mean, I guess FF Tinker now. we're with Tinker on YouTube, so make sure you go check him out. We have a Tinker YouTube channel link on YouTube, and then he's not streaming right now, but give him a big subscribe, and then he will be streaming. I mean, are you streaming every day now?
Yeah, I'm still streaming every day. I'll at least get 2 hours.
Yeah, you need to get like a fixed hour though. So
I do. I always get no. The thing is, I stream the second I wake up. You know, like school's exhausting, dude. Like I do homework and I wake up and I'm like, and then I go stream. True. It's only exam days. Next week is my fall break, so I'll be free then.
Yeah, true. Okay.
But what about Project Next?
So let's continue our next discussion, right? Because we have so much topics to discuss, and then obviously today we're inviting Tinker to give us his perspective, his understanding of Project Next, to give you a more comprehensive perspective outside of me, because I'm being the person who's been talking on stream most of the time. But hope you guys get a different taste. So the next topic that we have. You know, so far, I mean, I think it's general. It's not really a question. It's just a broad topic that's related to strategies. What do you think are the most effective strategies in the current meta? Now, I'm going to start off this discussion because when Tinker brought up Mia, and then you don't like this hero, right? Because you think this hero is garbage.
No, I think Mia's OP. I think the people that play her and get retribution is
garbage.
Okay. I don't hate the hero, okay? I just hate how people play her. Like, listen, you don't need to risk your life to get jungle with Mia. You literally just go to your gold lane, enjoy your gold little farm, stay as safe as possible, and 8 minutes in the game, you've won the game. Because you're so fed. You're so OP. Like, Mia with, like, 6k gold will kill people.
True. Okay, and the one thing that I want to add up on what Tinker says, if you go to gold lane, and let's say you have someone to help you, like to protect you, to get some vision, and all you do is stay in lane and get your gold and stuff, right? You will have more gold than jungler, mid lane, all like experience lane, whatever lane you can think of. You'll have more gold as long as you catch every single minion, especially if you last hit them. Because if you last hit them, you get 30% extra gold. And on top of the additional gold that's granted in gold lane, you will be the most farmed on the map. And it's really, really hard to kill you if your team like emphasize that lane. Like if they put a lot of resources on it. This is why personally I have a strategy that I think is extremely underdeveloped. And if you have a 5-man, I highly recommend you try it. So I'm gonna start off with a conversation, right? Number one, I'm gonna show a map. We'll get a map going. So hopefully we can show you guys the map. But then the strategy overall is basically you get a marksman who go in bottom lane, and the marksman is gonna go to the gold lane alone in the beginning. Only in the beginning. And what happens is you get a jungle, mid jungle, and then a tank who go mid, right? Who do their thing, whatever, depending on how you want to do your strategy. And then right after the jungler right after the jungler clears the first wave of the entire jungle camp, he will be level 4. I already showed Tinker this last time. If you clear your blue and then you just move to your red and take all the 3 camps on the red side jungle, you will be level 4. Depending on how fast you clear them. If you clear really fast, you'll be...
That's why I play Saber so much.
If you clear really, really fast, you'll be like a little bit to level 4. But if you clear kind of slow, the experience will catch up and you'll be level 4. But let's say you clear the entire thing, especially when you have a tank to help. You'll clear really fast. You get it like 3 and 3.5 or whatever. I mean 3 and then 9 out of 10, right? Basically, after a few more seconds, you'll be level 4. Or you can just easily take one, mid lane minion and then go to your jungle. It doesn't matter. The whole point is you get 3 people mid and jungle, and then silent. 1 fighter silent, 1 marksman silent, right? The fighter silent gonna be the person who go to experience lane, will do his thing, whatever. And then the experience lane, our goal lane, is gonna be your marksman. And what happens is right after your jungle, you help jungle clear the first rotation, the tank immediately goes to the marksman's lane, the goal lane, and just stay there. Because the first rotation, the marksman doesn't really need help, Like it's just right after you help the jungle to clear all the jungles, you go bottom lane and stay there. And then all you do is in mid lane and jungle. You get some early game mid laner, get early game jungler like Barats, like Lilia, and their entire focus is to help the Mia farm bottom. I mean, on the goal lane. You will literally be unstoppable, like in my opinion, because you'll push the tower so fast, and then your entire team will get so much gold.
I agree with that completely, because what I hate about marksman players is a lot of marksmen try to make outplays, okay, early game, and that's why they die. And it's like Dave said this a lot. You don't die unless you try to kill. Okay, if you just play safe, you'll never die. It's just the worst because I think it's so stupid when a tank goes bot lane early on with a marksman and not help the jungle, because one, the jungle, this is when the jungle is the weakest, and two, if they invade, you're screwed. Tanks, I think early game it's so useless. You don't get anything done going with the mine because you're not gonna be able to kill anybody with a tank there, and nobody's gonna be able to kill the marksman with or without the tank.
Yeah.
Unless the marksman is crazy and starts throwing dice.
If the marksman just stay like really calm and collected and just especially when you play Mia. Like if you haven't played Mia yet, guys, I highly recommend you try this hero out. Like Mia right now have the best wave clear in the entire game. Like one of the best wave clear, and then one of the fastest jungle clear as well. Like if Mia gets farmed and she started working her way towards Turtle and Lord, the Turtle and Lord just disappear. Like
yeah, 100%. When you get the 4 stacks, they're dead. You cannot kill her. When I fight her with Fanny, even early game, I really have to wait for Mia stacking to disappear before I go in and kill her.
Yeah, they will just disappear, and I think that's too insane. Now, obviously, that's only talking about Mia. Now, also, I want to give some love to Layla, right? Because Layla is a hero. If you have not played her, if you get a level 12, the amount of range that you have is you literally can shoot somebody from your tower, bottom tier 1 tower, when they're standing in the middle of a river.
Dave, your foul thing's open.
What? Yeah, I know.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think so too. I just think the reason why is because late game, I think Maya is still stronger than Mia. Maya is still stronger than Layla, is because literally she hits 3 people and she hits so hard. Like she literally. Okay, the worst part about this hero was I had a game where I should have lost. Mia came in behind their backline and freaking by herself she killed all 3 of their backline. They had no chance of resisting. She killed all 3 of them. If you don't have a hard CC for her, you cannot kill her. And that's why she's so strong. And Layla, she stands still. She doesn't move. She just does not move. But
I mean,
like she still do a lot of damage.
See, the thing is, even if you have quad control, because Mia has ultimate. Mia has like usually when I play Mia, I take flicker. So you have a purify, self-built-in purify with a 2-second invisibility and a speed boost, and you have a root from your skill too. You have a quad control.
I was playing with a lot of Mia that was feeding, and what I noticed about her ult was the ult is a purifier in the respect that no matter what situation, you'll always be able to use the ult. And it's just like a very, 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 very short purify where whatever CC you're currently facing, you'll cancel it, right? And it's like a Franco CC.
Except for suppression.
So if Chow was to kick you and you ulti with Mia, of course you'll be out of the kick, but in reality, Chow can actually follow up that kick. The reason why he doesn't isn't because your purify is there. It's because you're invisible, so he can't see you and the skill doesn't lock on, so he can't follow up the kick. So it's like when I'm playing Natalia, if Chow kicks me, as I'm kicking, he waits long enough and I hit my ult, I'll go invisible and he won't be able to follow up on my kick. He lose focus on me. And Natalia's ult doesn't purify. He just makes you invisible. And that's why it's kind of like a purifier, because you go invisible and they can't follow up their skills anymore. Like Saber ults you go invisible, run away. And it's not because you're still purified. It's because I see a lot of Mias when I was playing with. They had a misconception. They ulted and they run in there as if they can't be seen.
Yeah. It's not like a purify where you're immune for the next 1 second. It's a purify that only purify your current state. So you have to use it after you get CC'd. So for example, Atlas. I noticed that you have to wait for Atlas to actually pull you. Like if he's pulling you, you use your ultimate. Sometimes you don't get away from the link for some reason. But if you're dragging into the middle of the air, you then activate ultimate. You actually get away. And then I want to illustrate this point what I was talking about on this picture. This is the ML map, by the way. And then what I was talking about. Let's say the goal lane is top lane, because I also mentioned in my latest Project Next videos, the goal lane is always the top lane, and then experience lane is always the bottom lane. You're like, Dave, sometimes that's not true. That's only not true when you're on the red side. Okay, so the regular map is always gonna be a blue side, and then blue side, and then this is a blue side basically, and a red side. It depends on where you are. When you get into a ranked game, if you're a first pick, first ban, you're always on the blue side. Remember that. If you're a second pick, second ban, you're always on the red side. With that being said, if you're on the blue side, Turtle is always going to be on the bottom side. And experience lane is always going to be on top. And always going to be on bottom, and the goal lane is always going to be on top. Now, the strategy I was talking about is basically the marksman go over here to this lane initially, do his thing. And then you have a tank, jungler who are doing this camp. You have mid lane clearing this wave, and that's all they do. Start off, the experience lane do his own thing, right? Do his own thing, and right after this, jungle and tank clear this blue buff, gonna move to red buff, and after they move to red buff, they're gonna rotate to top lane altogether. To basically your entire resources is gonna be emphasizing top. The bottom lane, leave them alone. You never touch the bottom lane. Let the fighter do the thing. You get a Uranus, you get whatever. Someone who can live, like on their own, right? Basically, you ignore them. But at the same time, like after you clear it, tank can also get information on where enemy teams are. It gives your silent better survivability. The most crucial thing is right after the first jungle clear your blue, clear your red, clear red side jungle. The tank go to top, and then just stay here. Right, stay in this bush, get vision, try to take tower, same thing, until this this lane just falls apart, until you guys get everything here. That's my strategy. This works with Mia, this works with Layla. If you get Layla really farmed, she melts people from so far away.
People, after they clean the wave, instead of jungling, especially the marksman, they'll push the lane, right? To get the extra gold from tower. When I'm playing Fanny and I'm in the gold lane and it's the marksman pushing the lane, I love that. I love it so much when the marksman's pushing my lane. Because after I get my blue, I head straight top, and while they're taking my lane, I'll go and kill both of them. I will murder them. I will just instantly just wipe them out because they're pushing. Fanny loves it. You don't know this, but Fanny players, after get booped, they love it if you're pushing. Because if you're pushing, you're so far from your turret. Your flicker can't save you if you're still not inside your turret. You're so far from your turret, and all Fanny players, and if you play Fanny for quite a bit, you guys zero anybody. They love it when you're a marksman pushing early game because we know we can kill you. We know.
Is there a strategy? If you're playing Fanny, what are the best comps that you want to have on your team?
So, if I was playing Fanny, the best comp I would have on my team is, of course, my favorite mage right now is actually Sicilian. I forgot to mention this. Sicilian is also another hero I play a lot. Well, I don't play a lot. I've played in a few games, but I've realized every time Sicilian's really good late game. He has a lot of range. So I want Sicilian mid just for the late game because, late game, I'm not going to be able to kill them all totally by myself. I'm going to need somebody to initiate the damage, and now Sicilian can do that.
Sure.
I don't care what tank I have. All tank in my eyes are kind of the same at this point. So maybe not Grok, but I actually don't like Hylos as a tank. Only because of the fact that Hylos does not give any CC.
He has one single target stun. That's it.
It's not enough, bro. I've played with the Hylos, and I can't
play
Hylos.
There was one thing about Hylos that's really good. I mean, because Hylos is really good against fighters who are really linear, because he can follow this fighter like just 100% of the time, where to make sure that you're just slow to death. That's one thing that Hylos is good at.
Yeah, no, that's true. But Hylos is really good at countering Esmeralda, and no one plays Esmeralda now. But I'll probably want Fanny. Sicilian. I love Khaled only because if I could have it, they won't invade me. They'll be too scared, especially if he's there. And then I don't care. Maybe a Maya and a random tank. I don't care. Something with
when you play. One thing that worth noting is if you have assassin jungle, it doesn't matter which one it is, Fanny, Saber, Karina, whichever one. You need a mage who can poke from far away. You need a mage. You either need a mage who can carry, or you need a marksman who can carry. Because assassin is gonna fall off late game. If you guys can take the high ground tower within 8 minutes or whatever, or can take the game in 8 to 10 minutes, the game is over. Because if enemy team, let's say they have a Mia, and all they do now, you guys already took out the high ground tower, you're 10,000 gold ahead. But Lord is now up, right? The Lord is only gonna come up in 9 minutes into the game, So you guys are waiting, and they're just farming the lanes. That's all they do, right? Because you guys can't push to the high ground towers. They're farming the lane until Mia gets in and farm. Yes, you get the Lord, and then Mia can clear Lord in an instant. The moment you jump in as a Fanny, they kill you instantly. Let's say they get a Chandler who can clear wave from far off. Now, if on your side you have a Layla, on your side you have a Mia, whatever, and then you have a ranged mage. Basically, all my point is you need another carry to compensate for the lack of range, the assassin, farm assassins into mid to late game, because you need to push the high ground towers. The high ground towers is where you either demonstrate the true coordination of your team fights. Your team have to coordinate it really, really well, jump in all together, doing a wombo combo, whatever. Or you just have to poke, get them to constantly go back to base so you can take the tower. You shred the tower's HP little by little. So that's something that you can also consider. I just want to add that on what Tinker was saying, because that's very important. If you don't have an assassin jungler, you've noticed when I play Saber sometimes I can go 20-22, and then we'll still lose a game because we fall off.
Yeah, I've done that so many times. I hate it so much when that happens. It just falls off so hard. Actually, so lately, because I've been playing solo queue, what I've noticed the randoms are doing is once the game start praying, I start begging them to come and help me with blue. Because with the Fanny, you want minions to be in lane so you could go and fight them. So what I've noticed is like with fighters, sometimes it's actually good to have a fighter to help you with buff because fighters do so much damage early game. Like their skill kit, like Export, Chow, they all do a lot of damage, and they'll help you take it really fast. I'll take it. In fact, even if they stay in lane with you, that's fine because you could go top. So what I usually do is I'll get my buff. Fighter will help me. I will go top, get the wave, and I'll be like close to level 3, even if I get a kill, and then I will just recall and go bot, and take the red and get another kill.
True.
Because they wouldn't expect it. And again, that's just with Fanny, but like with Saber and stuff, I'm purely jungle. I would go in, start at the red buff with a tank, hopefully, or with support. I can't do it by myself.
2 camp at once.
I would
trick.
Yeah, do that trick that you show me. Get 2 camps, get the blue, go top, get that jungle. And if I'm really unfortunate, my tank didn't take mass, I'll still be level 3. But once I go top, I'll get the gold crab, and I can start poking with my blades. And I think we could probably get a kill there if there's a fight. And a lot of people should realize, like, if you see your teammate coming, even though usually this would be suicide, you should not be afraid to be like very nasty. Like you shouldn't be afraid to ult in and bait them out, because if the enemy see that you're low, even if they do think your team's coming, they're not gonna care. They're gonna want to kill you first, and if they do that, you'll murder them.
And then I obviously want to show this. What Tinker was talking about regarding the trick. We have made multiple videos about it, but in podcasts, I think it's very important for us to be very comprehensive, so we don't miss out anything. If you haven't done this enough, any hero that has a range skill can do this. Like any hero with the range skills, like can do it. So I'm just gonna quickly show you. Let's see if it connects. Right over here. Okay, there it is. Okay. All right. We got it. We got it, guys. We got it. Okay, let's see if this shows properly. Okay, move a little bit to the center. Tinker is doing his hair, looking very sexy.
Oh, I'm tying up. It's getting in my way, and I'm annoyed by it.
Welcome
All right.
to Mobile
So
Legends.
let's say you're playing. You just close lane, tournament, turn off AI or whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. So let's say you're a jungler. All you have to do is come to the camp. Let's say it's already 31 seconds, right? You can actually, like, look, do this camp, use skill 1, and touch this red. They changed the AI where the AI is really smart now, and then look, now it can hit. Oh shit, fuck that. But you're supposed to hit both camps at the same time. Let me just try it again. So there it is. So it takes some practice, but then once you get a good balance, if you go to the practice mode and you get a good balance of like basically, you can hit 2 minions at once. Like right now, I can hit 2 minions at once, and this drastically increases your farming efficiency. I mean, I guess the way to do it properly is you have to. I think I find out where that did wrong.
No, you're doing it right. You're doing it right, but you gotta keep dashing.
So basically, you get over here, like really inside. Like look, if you get really close to the wall, like I don't fail, right? I can do 2 camps at once, and this double your farm efficiency. And then all we're saying is, if you do this, it will save you a lot of time. You know, it will save a lot of time, and then it's going to be really, really effective.
When you're going towards the blue buff, you want to dash right the second you have it. You want to dash towards it, call out your daggers, let it start hitting, and that way you get your dash up as fast as possible. Because I think Saber's dash is actually a big deal, considering you get like that extra damage from your first basic attack.
Hold on, people are complaining about the game volume being too loud. Let me just give me like 1 second. All right. Oh, there it is. I apologize for that. That is actually really loud. You know. Whoops. Okay, it should fix right now. But obviously, apologize. This is the first time we're doing podcasts, and then we have a lot of experience.
Technical issues.
Yeah. So I'm just doing everything. We're setting everything on our own here, and then we're controlling everything from my side.
Yeah, Dave's a one-man show right now.
So if you find out certain things we can improve on, if you find out certain shows, certain suggestion topics we can discuss, feel free to send them our way. By the way, big shout out to Lightning MKS for the 610 yuan. I appreciate it. The super donation. Muster up. Make sure to attach your question with that next time. A big shout out to Lightning MKS. What currency is that? The RMB? I mean, looks kind of intense. Okay, so I think we talked about that quite a bit. I just want to know, like, what's your, because right now you jungle a lot. Because you say you play Saber, Fanny, and then what's the other hero? Cyclops.
No, so like with Cyclops, I still do the old hyper carry. I get retribution. I get my lane before I get jungle. Okay. Like what BTK is doing. Get the blue, go back to lane, get red and everything. Because that's the only way you can make Cyclops work is if you get blue.
Sure.
But otherwise, I just like to jungle. Like with Sicilian, I don't take blue buff unless I'm feeling a bit greedy. But right now, I just like.
But at least you were switching from mid lane to jungle now, kind of.
Actually, before the meta became like a mage meta and assassin's kind of irrelevant, I was actually, I think I've told you, I was an assassin main. So this is actually more comfortable for me, where I'm having more fun playing assassins because, like, I know playing with assassins and stuff, it's really fun. And even though you're weak early game, it's a lot of fun fighting against assassins.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's a lot of
fun.
So
for you, the transition is pretty smooth then, because you just went from mid lane to, jungle to jungle, because you're playing assassin anyways. Yeah. Okay. Well, at least the new jungle experience, the new jungle routes. Okay, for me personally, I like to explore different things. So this really I'm loving Project Next, right? Because you get to see a lot of different things. You can actually test a lot of different things. You can actually play some Marksman go lane and have a lot of fun with it. The old Marksman, we're still not doing it, but the Marksman that got significant amount of revamp, like Layla, Mia, all those heroes, I'm having a lot of fun with them. I don't know about how everyone else experiences are, especially if you're a support main who play Diggy Valir as this. I feel really bad for you coming to Project Next. Okay, so what do you recommend for those players then, Tinker? Like, what do you think about those support mains? Especially, I know a lot of girls love to play supports because they look really cute and stuff. So what do you recommend to all the ladies?
You.
I mean, after Project Next.
Rip you. You better hope you better trio and you play with people that can hyper carry. Then support's still relevant. But other than that, if you're gonna play the new way that you're supposed to play, where you have a dedicated jungle, supports are kind of useless. Pick up a tank or something. But honestly, what I recommend is you just play with hyper carry. Like it's not like hyper carry doesn't work, Like once people get really good at jungle, I think it'll kind of counter hyper carry. But until then, hyper carry still works. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, you can also, that's absolutely true. And you have to play. Obviously, you gotta have your team to coordinate with you to.
Yeah, a lot of people are quitting the game right now. Like a lot of people just aren't even on.
Oh my god, you have no idea. I've received like at least 5 different people who said, Dave, can you help me sell my account? I'll give you 10% commission. You know what? I'll give you 20% commission. I was like, if you give me 50% commission, how about just give me your account, Because I can't find anyone to sell to buy it. There's no one buying account anymore. Everyone is leaving the game, at least in North America that I know of.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why, like, a lot of people are. I also noticed, like, there's still a lot of people that play really seriously, right? Honestly, with the way this game is, there's no. The reason I'm really chill on troll and like again, like you've said this before, a lot of people don't think I'm all that good because I don't play seriously, right? The reason I do that is because, okay, what is it gonna get me if I play seriously? Am I gonna go to M1? Am I gonna have M2? Or is there gonna be a tournament? Or is there like, am I gonna get scouted by Esports team? None of that's gonna happen. Like, what's the point of stressing out over a game that's not gonna give you anything back? And especially like if you're streaming stuff, like it hurts your viewerships a lot if you're toxic, if you get tilted, right? Like, what's the point if you're not having fun playing? No one's gonna have fun watching you. What's the point of getting tilted over a game and playing as if you're pro? Like, what does that pro title get you in ML? Like, it gets you nothing. It gets you a couple hours of maybe you could gloat a little bit, but it gets you nothing. Like,
are you in a term making fun of BDK?
No, I'm just saying, it's just like all the people that's, it's fun to sweat over a game. It's still fun. You want to be the best, right? But there's nothing. I'm not making fun of BTK. I don't have any vendetta against them. You just get nothing from it though. Like people that I come on sometimes I stream. Okay, I actually get this very little because when people watch me play, they usually don't say anything. But it's just like there's a difference between like you could be really pro at the game or you could enjoy the game. Like if being pro at the game will get you a salary or get you like drafted to an esports team or play M2, then fine, all for it. Go and be pro. But like it gets you nothing. Like I've gone through like years of me just with the pro title grinding super hard and getting like my accounts have been like global top 10. I've been global with so many heroes, but it gets you nothing other than
unless you're a YouTuber, which in your case you are.
Yeah. No, but even then, like I could get global Cyclops and stuff. But it's just like, am I gonna like with you when you were grinding Hanzo, right? Your viewership's got better, but it was hard to retain people because it's so annoying. It's so frustrating when you're playing a hero that you're grinding, and there's people that's just a complete troll.
That's why you have to get a 5-man. And then to that point, the most dedicated, I would say, 5-man action in North America have to come from BDK, right? Because they play, they play 5-man all the time. Where I don't even know how they got people to play 5-man all the time. Like personally, I like to play 5-man, but I don't want to play with different 5 people every single time. Like I get on because I don't know what to expect. If I play with BDK and I'm filling a role, like I play all roles like pretty decently. Now the mid lane was my main, so if you put me on mid lane, I'll perform more steadily. If you put me jungle, it's similar. So or silent right now because I've been loving silence. But the point is,
let me ask you a question,
if I fell for a position, I'm accountable to the team, and also the team is accountable to me because I know exactly what to expect from Zoltra is not in the team anymore. From their tank warrior, from a Cardi, from Zane, I know exactly what to expect. Whereas if I play with random 5-man, let's say today I was playing with a guy called Good Boy, right? He was literally being a bad boy for like a few games in a row. You don't know how to expect, but Good Boy was this few thousand points Mythical Glory from last season, you know? So how does it get there? I mean, it obviously says like he's a good player. I'm a decent player.
When I grind, I queued up against that guy a lot, and he was okay. It was just like, it was like people like that. I have people that has way more points than them, and they donate me points all the time, so they're really nice people, but it's just like, what's the point, you know? Like, doing all this, it's fun and all, but what's the point? Like, let me ask you a question, Dave. When you're playing with BTK and them, do you have fun? Like, we could put together like a team that's really strong that could crash 5-man games, but it's not fun. You know, winning is fun, but constantly playing one hero over and over again, or just playing support, not being able to play what you want. It's just
the thing is, when you play with BDK, it's actually fun in a way because they do play different heroes. The reason why, because they want to grind, but then this season they just want to grind points so far. They just want to grind overall ranking. They don't really care about individual heroes. And if you watch Zane's stream, he has been playing different heroes, like every single game.
Everybody's trying to find out the new
exactly. I mean, that's also because he's exploring the meta. That's true. So if you see his stream, he's playing a lot of Alucard jungles and that kind of stuff. But yeah, okay. So now we're talking about BDK. So recently, this morning at least, people brought up the BDK versus at least Zane versus Riles kind of drama. I mean, do you know what's going on in that?
So apparently, Zane is saying. So I don't think it's so much as him calling out Rouse. He's saying everybody's saying like how toxic I am and how like bad of a person, like I'm this evil guy, right? But like you guys don't realize like there's Rouse here, and I think that's what the video he's doing. It's like you don't realize that someone like Rouse, he's also really toxic. He's doing all this, he's trash talking me, blah blah blah. Yeah, you don't trash talk him, you're still trash talking me. You know what I mean? He's saying like 2 people could do the same thing, yet you hate him.
So basically, you're saying that Zane's pulling a Trump. He's basically saying the media is treating him unfairly.
Basically, because after the Ghosted drama, it doesn't matter what Zane does. Literally, like I could say Zane is garbage, blah 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 blah. Yeah, people wouldn't trash talk me. They just agree with me. And if Zane was like, oh, Tinker's garbage, blah blah blah, people like sure they could agree with him, like if they're his viewers. But there's gonna be people that's like, no, you're so toxic. Oh my gosh, it's opposite because we're 2 different people, and he has this history of being toxic.
So you're basically saying that Zane doesn't. He's not really trying to trash talk Riles. He's just basically saying that stop trash talking me and my team because everybody's toxic.
If you said it if you watched until the end of the video, he literally says, hey, everybody's toxic. Do you see how toxic Rouse is? And Rouse is a really nice guy. He's like, do you see how toxic? Look at all this point. He makes sure you see it very clearly that Rouse is being toxic. But it's like, I think it's too what he's doing is too much. You know what I mean? It's a
good way to look at it.
It's too much because listen, have you ever watched Rouse stream? Watching it from Zane's, you make it seem like, oh, Rouse just loves trash talking Zane. But that's not true. If you ever watch Rouse stream, Rouse autopilots. He just reads chat. He doesn't. It doesn't half the time. He doesn't even filter what he's saying. He just reads it. And so like many times, like this is why I know like Rouse doesn't have anything against Zane. Is there's a lot of times where somebody says something toxic about Zane and Rouse doesn't read it, and this is coming from a guy that just autopilots chat. And then there are times
what do you
where
mean by autopilot?
Rouse,
Like,
so basically he's like okay, if I'm reading chat, it's like, oh, this guy just said this is his. Oh, so like let's say I'm looking at your chat.
oh, he just reads everything. Like basically, if I go to
say he literally just reads everything. And I'm not.
I thought that's Zane. If you go to Zane's stream, this guy actually reads everything off the stream.
No. Rouse literally reads everything. Like donations, everything. Like unless he's focused, he literally reads everything. And he doesn't even think about it. He's like, who is this guest? And then he just laughs it off. Oh, it's Tinker Palace. He just laughs it off. Like he literally reads everything. That's why like when eventually like 10 people could type Zane is toxic. Maybe he doesn't read none of it, but he only have to read it once and then try to laugh it off to make it seem like he hates Zane. And that's why I think this is too much.
I think off the camera, guys, understand, like, we are just players. We're just here to have fun. And the thing is, North American team, it tend to have more drama because there's so little teams here. So the teams, if they queue up, they're going to queue up against each other, like, very frequently, like, repeatedly, you know? So it's very hard for you to, so people actually keep score. Like, remember AE used to like snipe BDK all the time to practice, and then Zane was actually keeping score, right? Like how many times we won against them, how many times, like.
Oh, I did not know that.
Everybody was keeping score because there's so little teams here. Where you go to.
Well, there's only like 4 teams to keep score.
Yeah, like it's not a hard job. Where you go to SDA, like you don't have to keep score because you're gonna meet a different fireman and they're all pretty high points, so relatively. Like you're not gonna after the game, like you are for example 3,000 points on average on your team, and then after the game you look at enemy team, oh they're 2,000, 1,500 points, whatever. Like, you're not gonna feel bad because they're just as much points in a sense, right? It's just like they're going less.
So here you're like, why the heck are they all 1,000 points and all my whole team is 300? Freaking legends.
Like, yeah, sure. Like over here, if you queue up fireman and you're a random team, you just queue up against BDK, you'll be like, "What the hell just happened?" Right? I'm just legend. You know, I'm just trying to play a game. And while we're going against BDK, you know, like you just surrender in 6 minutes. So it's more regional. So like, I understand the frustration. A lot of stuff add up to it. Like if you want to, I guess the point I'm trying to say is my takeaway is don't get salty over the drama. In fact. I said it in the morning, and I'm gonna say it again. I think you should be thankful because it's during a pandemic. You know, everybody is kind of bored.
You want to have something to watch.
Yeah, you want to have something to watch. So
like again, I don't hate on him for making that video. Like Rouse is my friend, and even though I'm not really friends with Zane, I don't hate on him. It's just it's just whatever. It's the first minute of it was a really good song, so I enjoy it. I watched the whole video.
Yeah, like really just have fun with it, play along. Yes. You can actually do like some role play, like pretending you're in the Riles camp and just go trash talk Zane.
Yeah.
Or pretending you're in the Zane's camp and go trash talk Riles and just stir up the pot even more.
It's just funny. Like when it's funny enough, you'll get other content. You'll have people making parodies of it, funnier stuff.
Exactly.
And it's fun to do stuff like this,
Like tomorrow, for example, with live stream, Riles is streaming, we'll just like have 1,000 people like just drive to the Riles stream. Hey, Riles, Zane said you suck. Like hashtag Zane says you suck.
Yeah, just spam it, and then like, but of course, like, don't get offensive, don't get racist, or don't get like really like personal, just something stupid and something fun, and people will enjoy watching it. It'll be something fun to talk about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or Zane says you have small pee stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, can you have some fun with it?
Who cares,
Yeah.
Because 6 hours a day, you're not gonna be able to find it.
And end of the day, guys, all the good players are most likely gonna move to Wild Rift. I talked to Gosu, who in general, they're all moving to Wild Rift. Like all these players are moving to Wild Rift. Like they are. Zane, the entire BDK last time when I was playing Fireman with him, when Zane was taking a break, Cardi was talking on stream and he was like, yeah, the entire BDK is moving to Wild Rift. If you move BTK, if you move Team Gosu, if you move like, obviously like our team, Team FF, right, foreign famous, it's not really a team right now. What I try to create is an org. And then this org gonna have a different kind of brand in it. It's more of a content org, right? We're gonna focus on content, get people paid instead of having like a team that does nothing. But that's my vision for the org going forward. But let's say if all these organizations, all this team are leaving Mobile Legends North America, what you got left are the new round of epics who rise to mythics and they're gonna dominate the region. But it's gonna be so bad because the region overall.
That's actually good too, because when those new epics rise up to mythic, even though it's gonna be easier, they're gonna have their own little meta and They're eventually gonna get better, and if we come back, those will be the good players. You know what I mean?
Okay, and then I just want to read a super chat. Juan with a $2 donation. Dave, how to cop cute Chinese girlfriend? How to cop cute Chinese girlfriend? I mean, how do you have cute Chinese girlfriend?
Cop means like to catch. Like
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, sorry. Sometimes my English is not that good. Sometimes
it's a slang. It's slang.
Okay, well, just be awesome. Okay, anyways, be nice. And then say that that you're mythical glory in Mobile Legends.
Oh yeah, I play Mobile Legends. I'm global. You know.
Yeah,
you know
I'm global one. You don't. I can turn big. If you know what I'm saying. I just want to let you know, girl. Like I'm all about that groceries.
Gather enough balls, I could turn into Shenron for you.
Yeah, all about that groceries and then some. Okay, well let's move on to the next topic. So, cause a lot of people brought up Wild Rift during their topic. I think a lot of people are moving to Wild Rift, including all the people that we just talked, including us. I mean, I don't know about Tinker. For me, I'm gonna continue to make.
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
The thing is, ML's not gonna be fun without competition. Like it's right now when I'm playing. The reason why I play solo queue is because I could go duo. That's fine. Well, like of course you'll screw up my main stats, but like it's not fun. It's just not fun. It's just like I still enjoy the game, of course, but I enjoy like playing what I want to play. I don't want to sweat with Uranus or Khalid. That's why you don't see me play those broken heroes all the time. I just ban it.
Yeah,
it's because I want to have fun. I think ML is still a game you can have a lot of fun in, but that's only if you don't freaking have to change a pair of underwear from sweating every game. You know what I mean? Like stop sweating. Just enjoy the game. Sure, you can try to get better, but stop sweating. Just freaking. What's the point of cussing someone out in game if they do bad?
See, I stopped. I'm constantly asking myself to stop that. Right now, if I get tilted, you would notice that I go Super Saiyan mode on stream, and then
yeah, I saw that. There's no point. You get nothing done.
Yeah,
raging gets you nothing. It just raises your blood pressure. You get nothing done.
Because I just limit myself from trash talking. Like I don't know what got me so angry for like so long. Like I guess I got into this trend where
there was times where so me and Dave, we're pretty close. Like we're pretty good friends. Literally, you could go back in the stream, you can make a compilation of me and Dave just trash talking each other, and that's like that's really easy to get. Like when we both get tilted or something, we will trash talk each other. That's really easy to get, but it doesn't mean we hate each other. It's a game, and we both realize that.
And
but
also that only lives in that game. Like outside, right after that game, we move to the next game. Like I would never ditch Tinker. Like if we get tilted for a game, I would tell Tinker to stop trolling, for example, or. Like, but then because for me it's just a game. The only challenge that I had sometimes if the game get too troll, is like if we lose a game, because it does look bad on stream. That's why I think for live streamer, if it's off stream, like I can care less win or lose. To be honest,
I remember people used to tell me when you first started streaming that you used to trash talk so much off stream. You were a keyboard warrior. You play Hayabusa and you just trash talk the whole time. But it doesn't mean he's a bad person,
Yeah.
Like. Hate the sin, not the sinner.
Definitely tone it down because trash talking people only gonna make the situation worse in the game. Also, it make you play worse because you're wasting your time. If you're gonna go AFK, just go AFK. If you don't feel like playing, just go play Brawl Stars or some racing game. I don't care. Skip out of your game and go play something else. Doesn't matter, just a game. Overall, just have fun. Some esports spirit is good. If you want to play competitive, that's your personal choice. But for most players, enjoy the show, right? But no. Now, my question for you is, because this is actually, I have asked quite a bit of Arena Valor professional players from before, ex-Arena Valor pro players, basically. I've asked quite a bit of Honor of King players in China, and they're all switching to Wild Rift. Now, what do you think MLBB is going to be like after Wild Rift actually do open beta? Because right now it's still closed beta.
Right now, what I'm thinking is, remember how when AOV came out, a lot of people speculated, ML is dead, GG, better game, GG. But we don't know how they're going to do it. Sure, you could say like League of Legends have this huge name behind them, but there's a difference from PC game and, mobile games. Like, a lot of people that's tilted at ML right now is because they hate the next update. Next isn't even that complicated, but they hate it, so they don't want to play anymore. Those same people will be the one that's like, I can't wait for Wild Rift to come out because Project Next is so trash. They go to Wild Rift. It's even more complicated.
Yeah.
Like slightly more complicated. It's not gonna make a difference. You're gonna have to learn the new heroes. You're gonna have to learn their mechanics, blah blah, everything, and then be like, nah, fuck this. I'm going back to him.
Oh my god,
that's
dude.
just how it's gonna.
I wish I screenshotted it. Okay, so if you didn't watch the Wild Rift the announcement video that I made. I'm gonna look it up for y'all, but the control are so much more customizable. Like you can customize everything in that. It's kind of like PUBG, where you can put buttons everywhere. You can enlarge it, like movement. You can enlarge different buttons to make it bigger, smaller, to fit your hand. Everything is customizable. I mean,
yeah, no, I saw that. I don't think I'm gonna really change it too much. Maybe if there's like a better way to do it, I'll adjust. But really the thing I'm the most excited about Wild Rift is that there's no emblem levels. I'm so happy that's gone. That means I could take an account I just made and I could take it into freaking like champion or whatever rank. I could grind it as hard as I want without having to worry about emblems, you know?
Yeah. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for you guys. Just give me like 1 second, because it's they made, and also Mobile Legend Project Next. If you're wondering where all the control are coming from, the camera setting, all that kind of stuff are coming from, I mean, if you go to Wild Rift, and you will immediately find out where Mobile Legend get all these ideas from. They basically have, okay, there it is. I think I find it. Here we go. There we go. There it is. Okay. So if you look at this screen right here, this is literally the screen this is literally your League of Legends Wild Rift customized screen. You can see all these buttons, like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is basically enemy heroes, a hero lock icon, like Mobile Legends hero lock icon, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 skills, and all the buttons here, right? This is all the buttons you can click on, and you can drag them to anywhere you want. You can enlarge them. You can see that you can enlarge all the buttons here. And then yesterday, I was watching some League of Legends Wild Rift players playing Wild Rift. He literally had, let me just show you guys. He literally had these 2 skills on the top side, and then some active items, the active items on the left side of the screen. Basically, he's playing Wild Rift like how you would play PUBG Mobile. You know how you play PUBG Mobile? There's a claw setting, like 4-finger claw setting.
Yeah, you know, there's so many people are used to the ML. Like I know I'm used to it, even though you think the controls is kind of BS. Yeah. I'm so used to it. I'm probably gonna, once I get Wild Rift, I'll probably just make the setup exactly the same as ML, just because I'm so used to it.
Yeah, like because in ML you do one thumb that controls almost everything. But then when I watched this Wild Rift guy who played Wild Rift yesterday on Twitch, he literally used 4 fingers, man. Like active items on the left side.
I use 4 fingers to play.
Well, yeah, but okay. I do too. I use my left. I made a video about it, by the way. If you haven't checked them out, it's a most in-depth guide.
Yeah, no. I use my the way I hold it is I use my thumb for my movement. I use 1 finger for the map, of course. Yeah. That's normal. I use another finger for the skills, but then I use my other finger, other than just to hit the shop and stuff, which you're not gonna be able to do unless you're in base. I use it to hit the like winter truncheon skills. So like those boot skills and stuff, I'll be able to hit it. And I also use that. My thumb never leaves where the skill is at. I never leave it because then my reaction be delayed. It's my fingers that hits the hero lock, or that hits like the map movement,
index finger.
Or the
so
step.
Yeah, so basically this happens with it's gonna be more complicated when Wild Rift comes out. Like looking at all those controls and stuff, like basically you're saying that ML is not gonna be affected in SCA.
I don't think. Okay, honestly, they're advertising pretty hard in SCA.
Yeah.
I think everybody in SCA is gonna try it, but then they're gonna be like, okay, let me tell you something. Do you know Dota? When Dota was a big thing, right? Do you know why Dota League's more popular than Dota, even though Dota came out first? It's because, I think you said this, Bill. No one wants to move to a game that's more complicated. Unless, like, people that play Dota want to move to, like, they usually stay in League if they learn Dota first. But no one want to go to a game that's more complicated than what they've learned, you know? Yeah. It's like, why would you want to complicate yourself? If there's a game that's, like, less complicated than ML but still really fun,
yeah,
a lot of ML people, the learning cap will not be that high and they could switch, you know?
True.
No one wants to go to a game that's more complicated. It's just not fun. Like, casual players at least. Maybe pro players like, this is a complicated game. I like the challenge, right?
Yeah.
That's fine. But for, like, casuals, no one wants to go to a game that's more complicated. It's not fun.
And if you look at Wild Rift interface, like, this is a definition of complication, right? Like, this is... look how many buttons you have to click.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not sure about whether Wild Rift will replace ML, is because I'm not sure about how well people are going to learn the game. Yeah. Like, if everybody just picks up the game like it's nothing, because it's, you know, it's still, again, like, sure, you think it's complicated, but in my eyes, I think it looks pretty freaking easy.
Okay.
But, like...
Another thing is complication does add a level of depth to the game, so it makes the game more addicting. Because you always have something to learn, always something to discover. Where in Mobile Legends, the depth is so shallow, and then the hero that came out are, for example, Fanny. I always said Fanny's not a hard hero. It just requires you to play this hero 1,000 times, you know?
Oh, that is so not true, Dave. What are you smoking?
No, okay. So you understand certain geometry because it's always based on the last cable, and then you do a new cable. It's connecting with the last cable to project you forward. That's the basic understanding.
Okay, Fanny's a lot of muscle memory, okay?
Yeah, muscle memory.
She's still really complicated because
where does muscle memory come from, Tinker?
From continuously playing. But the difference is I've met people that pulls off insane cables, yet they still take the L because they freaking suck at understanding like Fanny. Like sure they understand how to cable, but that's not how you win the game. You know, sometimes like split pushing is better than doing no matter.
Okay, well you're getting into game knowledge. I'm just talking about the hero mechanics. I'm sure.
No, but okay, any hero mechanics like okay, like Cyclops, freaking Kagura, they don't have any hero mechanics. It's one button click, and even muscle memory is not even worth it. But the thing is, like with Fanny and stuff, what you're learning is sure you're learning mechanics, but you also need to learn like what to do in certain situation, map awareness. Like there's so much you have to learn that's so different playing with Fanny. Like when I play with Fanny, if I play other heroes and I'm using a skill, right? Yeah. I don't look at the map. I look at my screen, okay? I tap the map, I move it around and see where they're at. That's what I look like. But when I'm playing Fanny, I have to look at where the wall is at and where my cables will meet up with the walls.
I mean, everything just sums up to you have to play the hero 1,000 times and look like and get used to the hero. That's all I'm saying. I'm not denying the hero takes practice. I'm saying Fanny probably the hero.
That doesn't mean they become good players, okay?
I didn't say you're gonna become good players. I'm not saying you're gonna probably become a good Fanny. In a way, okay? People are gonna be like, and then when I say good Fanny, I don't say like you're a good player. I'm just saying that you're a good Fanny. In a way, like when, so how do you judge a Fanny player? You're gonna judge, there are multiple levels, but the most obvious level is you see like opponent Fanny or your Fanny pull off some insane combos. The entire team will go like, well played, or evos, a new emoji, whatever. Like people will go crazy. Just when you see some insane Fanny plays, and then and they define that as good Fanny player. Like obviously, what Tinker is trying to say is on top of it, you have to understand the game, the rotation, all that kind of stuff. That's next level. That's for all heroes.
You want to know why? Okay, let me give you an example. I know Zero pretty well. I knew him when he I didn't know him when we first started playing Fanny, but I knew him before he even became global. We spammed classic all the time.
Yeah,
5-man classic Fanny. What Zero does really good with Fanny isn't like his cables are pretty good, but I could for sure say my cables aren't much worse than in fact some cables I do is better because I practice cabling a lot. But the reason why I think Zero's a better Fanny player than me is because he farms insanely good on Fanny. Like his farm, like his lane management with farm wise, right?
Okay,
so good with Fanny.
I would need to add a note on that. If you're gonna say that.
No, Zero farms so fast with Fanny.
Yeah, but Zero farms fast with every hero. Like
with other heroes I could farm really fast, but with Fanny it's just like there's a way you farm because you don't want to get carried with killing, but you also don't want to miss minion. There's a way to farm where Zero just know it. You know, he just knows how to farm with Fanny, and I gotta figure out how. But of course, I'm getting better at it, but Zero farms so fast, and that's why I think he's a good Fanny. It's because he farms fast, not because his mechanics are good. Because a lot of people could be good mechanically with Fanny, but farming with Fanny, that's a whole nother story.
Sure.
Because when you really farm with Fanny, you destroy everybody.
Okay. Again, I'm gonna stand on my point. There, Zero is just really good at farming with all heroes. Like if you watch this guy play, he is always farming, and that's actually giving General so much headache. Because when General tried to play with Zero, Zero never rotates ever because he farms.
Yeah.
Ever his rotation is to himself. He rotate from his lane to jungle and jungle to some other lane, maybe get a kill, and he get the fuck out. He go back to farm.
Yeah, he doesn't rotate.
Yeah,
that's why he's good at farm.
He does not rotate. So that's why Zero have so much learn. Like when Zero was subbing, when Rouse disappeared, like when for having AE starting when we first started reforming AE, and then Rouse disappeared, and then we desperately need a side lane. So I had a Zero jump in. I was like, Zero, can you sub? And I was showing Zero a lot of things regarding how he should rotate because he's a good. He has really fast fingers. He's a really, really good player, but his understanding of mobile is really shallow because he's really young. He's like 16-year-old kid, you know? 16, 18-year-old.
Pretty sure ML is his first mobile, by the way.
Yeah, but he's a very young kid. Like, this is his first game, right? Like, his understanding of overall game rotation is not there. Just tell you, like, mechanically good doesn't make you a competitive level player. Like, for me, if I'm a coach, I'm drafting players, I'm going to draft the good micro players. Also have a decent macro sense, and then I instill more macro sense to them to form a team.
I say this a lot on my stream, but micro is the bare minimum to become a good player. Like to be considered a pro, micro, you always need to have at least like all good players are gonna have better micro than casual, and that's because that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
No matter how well you understand the game, you can never be good at the game if you can't execute what you understand.
True.
You know? It's like some people like sure like you understand like how Fanny cable works, but if you can't do it physically, it does not matter.
And also,
it just doesn't matter.
Micro means mechanic. Macro means rotation. Overall understanding of the game.
You could teach macro, but micro like
macro is overall.
If I notice someone that's just like yeah, he's a decent player, but his macro isn't that good, right?
Yeah.
No matter, I won't even bother teaching him macro, only because of the fact that there's no point, you know? Like, I could teach you all this, but not like you could pull off anything too cool with it. Like, not like you could do anything with it.
Yeah.
Like, sure, you know how to rotate, but like for example, Kai is at a perfect place, perfect time, right? Sure, you know how to go there when you should go there, but if you freaking mess up your ult, what's the point of that whole rotation, you know?
Yeah, like micro is the bare minimum, just like Tinker said. I 100% agree with that. And then work on macro, but a lot of it is really just intuition. Because this is why it's so hard to teach sometimes. So if I look at a player, does this player have good instincts? So if I look at Zero, he has good instincts, micro is insane, and then good. No, it's a hero that can train. That's why I proposed to him that join AE, I will train you. That's my proposal, right? Same as Tinker. Do I doubt Tinker can play any hero to a very, very competitive level? Never, right? Like his micro is really insane. And then we go to macro. We'll go to rotation, right? I'll say Tinker's biggest problem was butterfly, right? That's a macro rotation problem. Means like you do something, like so team's supposed to do a turtle. Right? Our focus is the turtle. But then on the path to the turtle, he saw a support he can poke once or twice, right? He all of a sudden jump on a support when a take left because everybody went to the turtle. So that's called butterflying because you deviate from the objective. But it doesn't mean that he's not a player that's scoutable. I mean, not scoutable. Means you can sculptable. Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you can make this. You can turn this player into a really, really good competitive player.
That's the word. It's moldable.
Yeah. Like a sculptable, right? Like you can make this person a really, really good player. Zero had that quality, but that's basically I don't know. We're talking all over the place right now. I don't know how we got over here, but
I don't know why.
My question for you, Tinker, then, since you're in college, is it possible for you to become a pro player?
You know what? The pay's good enough, but I'm kidding. If the pay's good enough, you know, like if there's like the incentives are good enough, right?
How good has to be good for you to drop out of college? Let's say there's a...
I would never drop out. I'll make it part-time, and I can handle that easily.
No, well, you can't. You literally can't. Because there are scrims, there are practices you have to attend, and then let's say practice is happening at night, and you have an exam, you know? But the scrap practice is not going to stop. So at a certain point, you have to choose.
I'm just going to see... When it comes up, you know, I'm going to be like, is this like how good? It'll be like... Okay, so lately, before I would be honest, like the tournament that we had against Ghost, right?
Yep.
I was nowhere near how good I could be, and that's purely because of the fact I couldn't play the game. I was so busy with work and school that I rarely played. That's why we had Mizu and people sub in for me. I literally just could not play the game. It doesn't matter how good you do in practice, but just like doing that tournament, I would choke a lot because I'm just not used to playing the game anymore.
Yeah. And
with a game like this, once you stop playing it, right, your mechanics become shittier. And no matter how good my mechanics, I know it is, it's just not going to be there because I don't have any muscle memory or I have less muscle memory. So that's why, like, with this game, I have to keep playing it. And streaming and being able to stream more consistently is a way I could keep playing this game. And that's how I could keep polishing my skills.
How much money? Let's put it this way. How much money? Give me a tangible. Give me the tangibles, all right? Don't give me all the BS. I just need a tangible. Like, how much money? What kind of benefit do you need in order for you to drop out of school to play pro for Wild Rift or whatever game you want to play?
Maybe like if it's just like for a decent sum of money, maybe I don't know. Like, if I think like this is gonna help like YouTube and everything, right? In the long run.
Okay, what is decent amount of money? Like, give me a number.
So I'm thinking like, okay, it's not gonna be a lot because I'm not gonna ask for like 100K, but like 50K. Then maybe I'll take a year break just to see how it goes. And if it doesn't go good, I'll go back. It's not a lot of money because I'm not thinking like.
Are you saying $50,000 US and not a lot of money?
Listen, 50,000 is a lot of money, but like if I just wait until I graduate, you make this anyways.
Okay, most college graduates do not find jobs. Do you know that?
that's why you have to start finding them before you even graduate. Like you do co-op and everything. And no, but that's why like with like the 50K thing, right? I'm saying 50K in the respect that like because you know like people die, like not like die, but like if you're pro like gaming wise, it's not gonna last. It's never gonna last because eventually once you hit 25 or once you hit 30, your fingers get slower, your mechanics get rusty. So no matter how good you understand the game, you'll never be able to play it. You'll never be able to perform.
Okay.
All because you're rustier.
I'm gonna put it this way: $50,000 is not gonna happen for Wild Rift, for League of Legends, for
that's why.
I mean, sorry, for League of Legends, Wild Rift, for Mobile Legends, for Valor, for any mobile games. The biggest mobile title in US right now is was Clash Royale. That game, they pay their player $500 to $1,000 per month. When we were playing Arena of Valor, we got paid a little bit more because Tencent was paying the orgs. We got paid $1,500, and that's considered really, really generous. Most orgs won't pay their players at all. They got paid $500 to $800 a month. So if you add that up, that's like $6,000. 10 times, that's like literally 1/10 of what you were asking for. And then if you're looking for, okay, let's just use the highest.
But
when
like,
I was
even though like
okay, let me finish. When I was captain for Team Immortals, I got paid a lot more because I was also a captain. So I think I got paid $2,500 a month. And then if you do that, that's my salary, right? Obviously, I also make YouTube income and all that. $2,500 a month times 12 is how much? 30,000, right? That's only $30,000. So if an org offers you, let's say $1,500, that's your average salary. $1,500 times 12, that's 18,000, right? 18,000 US dollar per month. Now, my question to you, Tinker, is: are you open to drop out of school if some orgs offers you $18,000 a whole year of salary, but it's also like an experience of a lifetime because you got to play pro, you got to play a game full time while making money?
I just want to know what it would do to like, so like, okay. And in the paper it says, you know, you get 1,800 a year, right?
Yeah.
But like, how is it gonna affect my YouTube? Like the streaming thing I do. Like, how is this gonna affect me outside of it? You know what I mean? Like, what other hidden benefits are there? You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm gonna get a lot of publicity from it, then maybe I'll consider it, right? Even though it's only 15,000. But if there's not that much opportunity to it, and it's just, you know, you get the salary. We're a small organization and you could play, blah blah. Probably not gonna get far. Then I'm like, I don't think it's worth taking a year off. You know?
Yeah.
My mom would disown me if I took a year off.
Okay, what if there is possibility that can be, for example, Wild Rift, right? It's coming out, and there's so much hype in North America right now. It's actually insane amount of hype in North America. All the pro players talking about it. You watch MPL. I watched Tuturu from RQ.
No, I've been talking to a lot of people.
He was playing Wild Rift, so. All I'm trying to say is there's so much hype in North America. The pro players from like different orgs are all playing Wild Rift. All talking about Wild Rift. Now, it's gonna be hype, but all the obstacles that we laid out, right? We don't think this game is gonna blow up. Even if it blow up, like how big is it gonna blow up, right? If you blow up in this amount of size, it's still just like a tiny.
But like if it blows up in like an Honor of Kingsway in
Dude,
the US,
you're dreaming.
Fucking God.
Dude, okay.
I'm just saying.
If that's the case, you will literally be the next like multi-millionaire. I don't know, multi-millionaire.
No. But that's because listen. That's because okay, if it blows up that way, right? What I'm thinking is, if that does happen, what's gonna happen right now is in the US, okay, you make the most money from the US. Ad revenue, everything you just make more in the US. But like. Cause people in the US make so much more money. How many people are gonna just play a mobile game? Everybody will have a PC. Like having a laptop is not a luxury in the US. Having a gaming computer is not even a luxury. Like having a MacBook maybe is a luxury, but even then a lot of people have it. But like overseas, the reason why ML got so popular is because you can play on your Android phone. You can play on a phone. You know, it doesn't take that much investment. Everybody will need a phone anyway, so you can now play ML on it. You know what I'm saying? So like, how many people is gonna be willing to leave their League of Legends or Dota or whatever they could do on PC just to play a phone game? And then even then, like sure, there's a lot of hype to it, but the hype is surrounded not the PC players.
Okay,
it's surrounded.
Let's just say
it's from other games.
Okay, that's why I was saying there's a possibility where it can be a trash game, where it's just like Arena of Valor, or it can be a really big game, like Riot intended to be. So you don't know that. That's what I'm saying. And the org is already coming to you and say like, Tinker, I'm offering you $1,500 a month, and then I'm offering you living. So you live in my org, right? You eat in my org. You don't have to pay food. You don't have to pay anything. So you live with us, you know, and like, are you going to take the risk? And you might be a pro player. This game might blow up because of League of Legends Wild Rift. You took the calculation yourself. So like, what?
At the time, I'd probably do more research myself. Like, what's this game's gonna be like? What's its projections? How's everything gonna turn out? And then I'll make the decision based. But like right now, it's too little information, you know. Like might, but if I do some research, this might for me might become something I could like high enough I could take a risk for it. But again, it's all gonna be like again, my answer is gonna be I might. It just depends on what I think the game's gonna go. Right now, I think the game's gonna be pretty big, but I don't think it's gonna blow up. Only because of the fact that how many people in the U.S. will give up their computer League of Legends just to play a freaking fun version? Like, of course, I'm gonna play it too, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know that. That's why it's a good discussion. Okay, so I will take your answer as a no. Like, basically, you when you say like I'm gonna take more research, it's like a no, right? Also, okay, guys, you have to understand when we discuss about all this. I mean, you also have to understand that's assuming that Tinker's gonna be good in Wild Rift, okay? Because if you're gonna say all this good stuff, imagine, okay, what if I'm a pro player? Like, what if, you know, like all these orgs gonna come to me and beg me to join that org, but you're like a trash player? Like, is it not gonna happen,
bro? Listen, guys. If I suck at Wild Rift, time to make some funny Wild Rift videos.
Yeah, true. Like to degrade from pro player to a funny pro YouTuber to a funny YouTuber. Okay. Now, okay. Once Wild Rift come out, let's say you switch to Wild Rift, right? To learn a new meta, to learn a new game, similar to Project Next, because now you're playing a hero in a different position, different way. Do you prefer to play one hero at once and spam it until like you get so tired of it, you select the hero, you know it's gonna be a definite win, even though enemy team are 5-stack team, just because you're on this hero, you can carry it until you get to that point? Or do you prefer to play 100 different heroes all starting at once? Like,
okay, let me tell you actually how I when I used to grind global, right? And my squad say it's a bad habit and a good habit. So basically, the heroes I grind global is basically I'll pick it up for a week. I'll get so good at the hero where as long as I pick the hero, we win, right? It's just an easy win if I pick the hero. I don't really care. You can pick counters and I'll be good enough with it to kill you anyways. And then after a week, I would just get bored of it and switch. But I think but that's because my knowledge of ML was already pretty high, right? And so I was just learning about mechanics at that point. So if I was to go and play like Wild Rift, probably I'm just gonna pick one hero and just spam it. Because if you're not even good at one hero, what's the point of being bad at 100 heroes? You know?
True. So basically, your recommendation to all the viewers here is to play one hero, get really good at one hero, get really good at one lane, and then switch to all the other.
Then you could like branch out. But listen, like let me use the example. Mikasa. He's really good with Freya. And before Freya, no one knew him. Like no one knew him because it doesn't matter what hero he played before. No one knew him.
Yeah.
He had like 60-50%. But he's really good with Freya. And there you go. Now everyone knows him. There's all these YouTube videos made about him. And the reason why they're made about him is because he's so good with Freya. Like that one hero he's ridiculously good at. And everyone's like, wow, he picks Freya, GG, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why people started adding him. It's not because Mikasa's the best fighter player or whatever. It's because he's really fucking good with Freya. And I'm sure. But it's because they're really good with Freya, and that's why.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody wants.
And by the way, guys, I just wanna again to tell everybody that this is today we're doing our the first episode of the Assassin Dave experience, and our first guest today is Tinker. He's a YouTuber, streamer, or college student, really good player. So basically, we're coming from a regular player who go to school, has work, has other stuff that he needs to take care of. At the same time, playing a game and looking at the future of ML, future of maybe switching to other games, maybe not, right? So that's why this discussion is important, because you might be falling into one of those scenarios. You might be asking yourself those questions, right? You might be working and try to play ML Pro. You might be going to school, or you might be 18-year-old thinking about, should I go to college or should I try to play pro? Well, all of those stuff, you can ask questions through Super Chat. So let's continue to our you know, I absolutely agree with what Tinker was saying. Like, you definitely want focus on spam one hero once. At least get the ins and out of the hero first. So you make a name for yourself, you know?
You need to have a little trump card, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's why when I first started playing, I spam Franco. And I personally thought I was a really freaking good Franco. And when people, every time, like, I would have people that's, of course, overall better than me. Not with Franco, but they would invite me for me to play Franco. And I see these people play Assassins and how they play, and I copy them, and I learn from them. That's really the only way you could get better, unless you like have someone that's gonna teach you right off the bat. Because again, I've never played MOBA. I didn't know what was good, what was bad. So I met a few people that has played MOBAs, and they were really good with like Saber and stuff. Yeah. I just literally just copied them. I saw, so they do this, and I know this can help us get the win. Copy. Yeah. You know.
Because it's like a sports, you know. You see someone do something better, you go ahead and do it, you know, and you probably innovate on top of it to get better. It's like swimming. Everybody's copying each other. They're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's why that's like those people I copy. Right now, I'm better than them, of course. But like at the start, I can't deny it. I copied them. I just did what they did and did it better.
That's why watching YouTube videos are also good, because watching YouTube videos basically is the exact same thing. You learn.
I still sometimes it doesn't work because like it's a difference in team. I like to watch a lot of people play like solo queue and stuff.
Yeah.
And I learn more from that only because I see their decision. Like if I have a team that's gonna set everything up for me, what I need to learn is get a team. You know, I don't learn anything other than that.
Yeah.
Like maybe I could copy their build because clearly their build's working. But if all I'm gonna see is them have a good team and them doing so good at it because they have a good team, what are you gonna learn from that? You know?
Yeah. Absolutely, guys. And then I think this will be a wrap for our today's talk. We got all the pretty much all the topics that we want to discuss, touch up on today. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for our next episode guests, for our next episode topics, make sure to leave a comment. And most importantly, let us know in our Discord channel. Once again, this is big shout out to Tinker for taking the time to join the podcast today. And if you want to follow him, we're going to give the link to his channel in the chat right now. Go ahead and give him a big follow or subscribe on YouTube. And then he also streams on Trovo as well. So if you want to support college students going to college, trying to pay for food, not eating burgers every day, but maybe eat a better burger, make sure to go watch him on Trovo as well. Your name on Trovo is just AE Tinker, right?
Yeah, AE_Tinker.
AE_Tinker.
I just want to say one thing, Dave.
Go ahead.
And this is the best advice I give anybody. If you want to ever be a good player, literally, and you've never have a MOBA experience, and you don't know if you could play a really good marksman, pick up a tank, get really good at it, and good people will invite you. It's guaranteed. Get really good at a tank. It's gonna be painful at the start, but just get really good at one tank. It doesn't matter every game. Doesn't matter how crappy the team is, how much pain it's going to cause you. At the end of the day, you're going to thank yourself for this because good people are going to want to play with you because you're a good tank. You have a 50% win rate, but if you're a good tank, there's a chance of them adding you. And that's all you have to just spam one tank. Get really fucking good at one hero.
That's absolutely true. When I first started playing Arena Valor, because it was not launched in North America, I have to play Arena Valor in EU server, and it was lagging so much. So I didn't go for the carry role, the jungle role that I ended up playing for Team Liquid or Immortals. What I was doing for team at the time was just playing a tank. There was a player called in Europe called Vex, Vex 90 or I forgot his exact name. Let's go Vex something, and he was the best jungler in EU in the entire EU server. So I played support, and then I got his attention. So we started playing because he tried to find a duo support, and all I did was play support for him. I learned so much how he jungled, and that's why when I first got a game, started playing it pro, like I understand exactly what he did. That's why I would jumpstart my beginning.
That's why, like for me, I played tank first, and I got the attention of a couple of good. I don't remember their names now, but they were pretty good, like Fanny and Saber players. They got global and everything. Again, and I literally supported and tank for them, Franco and AssDave. And now all I play is carry, and that's because after watching them play, I was like, okay, so that's how they play. They're clearly they're winning a lot, so clearly they're doing something right?
Yeah.
And I will just keep doing what I do as a tank and ask them. And now I personally think, compared to before, I could probably tank better because now I play carry, so I know what I want from a tank. So if I'm tanking, like I play really aggressive, and that's maybe who I started out playing with. But again, you're gonna have to play tank. Maybe pick up one tank. Get really got one tank, but make sure you have a backup tank just in case on that one chance you don't get it.
Yeah. So with
one trick tank, everybody will love you.
So with that, guys, once again, big shout out to Tinker. Haven't liked, subscribe, turn the bell on to all notification bells. Make sure to go ahead and do that. This is the Assassin Dave Experience, brought to you by the Assassin Dave live channel. With that, we'll see you guys next week. We're going to do this weekly. And if you have any suggestions, go to our Discord channel, give us suggestions, or to leave a comment. We're going to upload more clips from this video as well, to so you guys can watch, like, you know, part of the debate, part of the discussion. I find that to be easier to digest. So with that, Assassin Dave signing off. Big shout out to Tinker. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.
My car don't look like a phantom. I don't own that house in the Hamptons, and my 2 chains ain't gold at all. I can't buy you a diamond necklace. Being good with money takes practice, but somehow I don't mind at all. Cause no one's got what we got. We hit it up on rooftops. No matter what they say, we will do this our way. We ain't in it for the dollars, no. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it. Show you the paper. I can buy that house for you later, but you say you don't need that at all. This world is ours for the taking. Just me and you got me thinking. I swear we already made it. Cause no one's got what we got. We hit it up on rooftops. No matter what they say, we will do this our way. We ain't in it for the dollars, no. Just for the thrill of it. Nothing counterfeit with